Man, there are some new Deadpool 3 leaks that are blowing my mind, and this all has to do with Charles Xavier's evil twin sister, who he kills in the womb, but she's not dead and she keeps coming back to life. She's a crazy powerful X-Men villain, and the new reports are that that character is going to be played by Emma Corrin and going to be in this movie. So yeah, this is about to get really nerdy. Buckle up. I want to begin by talking about how we need to take this with a grain of salt. When it comes to Deadpool 3, we've had a ton of different plot leaks, a ton of exciting things coming out there. And to be fair, I still don't think we fully understand what's in the film. I think some of the 4chan leaks got some things right, but also got some things wrong. I just want to caution people to understand that things might change, but also this is coming from an incredible source. This all started when Daniel RPK began teasing out who Emma Corrin was going to play in the Deadpool 3 film. Through a series of gifs and subtle, ambiguous tweets, Daniel established that there was a connection between Emma Corrin and Professor Xavier. Now, later on, Can We Get Some Toes teased out this picture of Cassandra Cain and this picture of Sam Alexander's Nova. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, wait a minute, are they gonna make Sam Alexander Nova a girl? Oh my god, the MCU is real.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
But then a light bulb went off deep in the recesses of my nerdy brain, and I realized that if you took Cassandra and combined it with Nova, that's Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova is this evil twin sister of Professor X who absolutely seeks revenge on him in Marvel Comics because Professor X literally like kills her in the womb. And so I was like, oh, okay, I think this might be Cassandra Nova. And then Can We Get Some Toes admitted that, yeah, that's what they're reporting, that Cassandra Nova is going to be who Emma Corrin is playing in the film. And this will be one of the main villains in the movie. Not the only villain in the movie, but one of the main villains. But who the is Cassandra Nova? I hear some of you out there asking. Well, let's give a TLDR on that, but I must warn you, this is a super nerdy, super sweaty, deep cut comic book character. Cassandra Nova is like the twin sister of Charles Xavier, and within the womb, due to his own telepathic abilities being incredibly powerful even as a child, Charles observes his twin sister and observes that she's basically super evil, and he literally kills her in the womb, destroying her and causing her to be miscarried by his mom. But she actually survived. Yeah, she's so powerful as an entity because of her crazy telepathic powers that she survives. And her consciousness actually begins by becoming this fleshy door at first before finally forming her own body. This is a character created by Grant Morrison during his crazy new X-Men E is for Extinction comic book run. And comic book fans hearing Grant Morrison, you probably already know, like, yeah, okay, this shit's about to be crazy. And that's true, because even though I just told you this character is Xavier's twin sister, she's actually not his evil twin sister.
What? What the
She's actually an entity that the Shi'ar refer to as a Mumdardre. She's effectively a copy of Charles Xavier, and she literally grabs his DNA in the womb and creates herself a body. So in that sense, she's Charles's sister because her first original body was created from his DNA, but she's also something like a telepathic copy of him. It's weird as shit, because Grant Morrison came up with it. Anyway, years later, Cassandra would form a body, partner up with one of the Trasks, and essentially take control of all these Sentinels and go wipe out 16 million mutants on Genosha.
Damn!
It was crazy, man. Like, super powerful being here, literally killing all these mutants like almost instantly. She's able to make quick work of pretty much all the other mutants, till eventually Emma Frost kills her while she's in her diamond form because it means she's no longer susceptible to telepathy. And that all started because Grant Morrison also introduced the idea of secondary mutations. This is when Emma Frost gets her diamond form. Before that, she's just a really powerful telepath. But Cassandra Nova is an incredibly powerful character from Marvel Comics, and she does want vengeance on Charles Xavier, and she essentially wants to kill mutants, to eliminate mutants. Probably literally just all because Charles killed her in the womb, like an incredible amount of petty. But okay, so how does this tie into the Deadpool 3 plot? Like, given everything else we know about this movie, how does Cassandra Nova actually fit into it? Well, as I was thinking about this question, a couple of different things popped up in my mind. First of all, I thought back to one of the first plot leaks ever for Deadpool 3, and this was when Daniel Rickman had first reported that Danger, a female version of the Danger Room, becoming sentient that also wants to take down the mutants. And I wonder if there was a mistranslation there, if Daniel was initially reporting that because a lot of what he was hearing about who Emma Corrin was going to be lined up with that. A mysterious, incredibly powerful female character that knows the X-Men intimately. That could be Danger. That could also be Cassandra Nova. So maybe it's just as simple as Cassandra Nova getting really powerful in a rogue timeline and destroying a bunch of mutants, and Deadpool and Wolverine being sent there to help out or help destroy that timeline, because that Emma Corrin friggin' crazy telepath, hateful ass twin sister of Charles Xavier is way too powerful, and the TVA actually fear her. Now, another thing that I thought of thinking of how this could all tie together with the plot leaks is the aspect of Magneto. Apparently, Magneto will either be in charge of the world, leading the Illuminati, or in some crazy position of power in this universe where Deadpool and Wolverine are going to go into. So maybe we'll see Genosha, and maybe we'll see Emma Corrin and all these crazy Sentinels come in to Genosha and destroy all the freaking mutants from that timeline. And one of the things that's in a lot of the different leaks that we've already talked about is this idea that the mutants and the way they use time travel causes a ton of problems for the TVA, that the TVA view the mutants as, well, very much a pain in the ass. And maybe we'll get an explanation that this is because of time travel, this is because of reality warping power, this is because of crazy Omega level mutants. And I think another question, and maybe the biggest question with this new leak, is how does this fit in with the idea of another main villain coming from the MCU? Somebody that we've seen before in the MCU, a familiar face. This is being reported by My Time to Shine. Hello, and Can We Get Some Toes actually did come out and say that there's more than one villain in the movie, that Emma Corrin is only one main villain. And right now, I'm leaning towards this villain of the movie being either a variant of Loki, a variant of Sylvie, or perhaps Miss Minutes. And maybe it's as simple as Miss Minutes going into this timeline and helping Cassandra Nova become incredibly powerful to destroy all of these mutants, cause all of this chaos in the timeline. Or maybe throughout Deadpool 3, we'll be seeing different villains for the different timelines that they're jumping into. Like, maybe we just have a timeline where we're going to see the events of Eva Extinction, where all the Sentinels are taken over by Xavier's evil twin sister and 16 million mutants are destroyed. And then maybe we'll hop into a different timeline or a different point in the timeline, and there'll be another villain. Maybe that's where the familiar face comes in, and there's an Ultron taking over the world or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm hopeful that Deadpool 3 is actually going to establish some sort of like canonical understanding of mutants and how they tie into the multiverse and Kang, because it's really weird that there are no mutants in the sacred timeline. I've thought about that a lot. I'm sure many of you have as well. Like, does He Who Remains and the TVA really not like mutants and trim timelines to try to keep them from going crazy? There's still a lot of mystery to be uncovered when it comes to Deadpool 3, but this is a very important part of the puzzle. So I leave the question for you guys now. Like, what do you think's going on with this character? How could Cassandra Nova tie into what we've heard about Deadpool 3 so far? I'm all ears. Let me know what's going on. Smash a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about this or anything else nerdy in general, come on by the live streaming channel. I stream over there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.